trapping is a conventional trapping technique that utilizes bait and an animal-activated trigger to capture wild pigs. There are many different types and sizes of box traps, and a variety of trigger mechanisms and gate types. Common gate types include drop gates and spring-loaded swing gates. Common trigger mechanisms include tripwires and lifting or rooter gate designs that require the animal to push its way into the trap. Research shows that box traps capture fewer animals compared to corral traps, typically because of their size limitations. However, they do benefit in that they can easily be moved from one trapping location to another, and are a useful tool to combine with other control techniques such as corral traps, snares, and strategic shooting efforts. Box traps can also be a good option for small tract landowners or suburban landowners, and in other areas where larger corral traps may not be feasible. The average cost of a conventional box trap ranges from $300 to $500. Many landowners elect to construct their own box traps out of materials readily available on their property. Other landowners choose to share traps cooperatively. Whether you choose to build your own box trap or to purchase one commercially, box traps are an affordable and effective tool for trapping wild pigs. To find a suitable location for capturing wild pigs with a box trap, begin by identifying areas where the wild pigs are active, such as watering locations or rooting and feeding areas. Wild pig trails leading to watering or feeding areas are ideal locations for trap placement. Trail cameras can be used to verify activity at potential trapping locations. Many individuals are limited in their choice of areas because of the size of their property, and they may be limited to setting the trap where the pigs are rooting. Placing the trap upwind of feeding or watering areas can help in attracting wild pigs to your bait site. Consider placing the trap near brush or a fence line the wild pigs may be using to travel along. While a trap can be placed in the open, these animals feel more secure near natural cover. Since box traps are not designed to capture an entire sounder of wild pigs, pre-baiting the trap with the gate wired open is usually not necessary provided adequate care is taken in the site selection process. However, on occasion when dealing with trap-shy individuals, a period of acclimation to the trap may be necessary. In these times, wiring the trap open and letting the wild pigs get used to the presence of the trap will help to ensure greater success. It is recommended to use a less attractive bait type, such as fermented corn or grain, and to bait a trail leading up to the entrance and into the trap. Place the majority of the bait behind the trigger, but lead wild pigs into the trap with a trail of bait. Finally, place a game camera near the trap to observe animal activity in and around the trap. This can help in verifying both target and non-target bait consumption, but can also help in identifying any changes that may need to be made to your setup depending on the situation. Be sure to check box traps daily and be prepared to dispatch or transport trapped wild pigs, as well as release any non-target animals that become inadvertently trapped. It is important to have a thorough understanding of laws relating to the trapping of native wildlife and movement of live wild pigs from one location to another. In Texas, wild pigs can be euthanized on site, taken to a processor for slaughter, or transported and sold to an approved holding facility, which must be licensed and inspected by the Texas Animal Health Commission. The time of year, number of non-target species at the trap location, and what you intend to do with any animals that are trapped are important considerations to make when box trapping wild pigs. Trapping is generally most successful during mid to late winter and mid to late summer, when food resources are lower, thus making baited traps more tempting for wild pigs. Keep in mind that the same is also true for non-target species. Take steps to reduce their impacts, including using a less attractive bait type and moving the trap if necessary. In the event that a non-target animal is captured, consider the ability to release the animal easily, such as using a bottomless trap that can be rolled on its side. This reduces the stress and injury to a non-target animal. Some box traps are designed to transport live pigs without removing them from the trap. Others require that live pigs be loaded into a trailer for transport, which can create hazards of its own. If you intend to dispatch wild pigs directly in the trap, it is recommended that you use a firearm and fire one single well-placed projectile into the brain of the wild pig for proper euthanasia. To ensure a brain cavity shot, draw an imaginary X between the ears and opposing eyes of the wild pig, and the shot can be placed at the center of the imaginary X. It is also important to dispatch trapped pigs in order from largest to smallest. It is important to know the local laws and ordinances pertaining to the use of firearms in your area. This has been a review of the box trapping process. To learn more about wild pigs and their management, please visit our website at feralhogs.tamu.edu.